Good morning again from India. So today, welcome to the webinar of on trade beyond borders. Today we have two speakers who are from Sri Lanka. So they'll talk about how you can penetrate Sri Lankan market. Also, how you can not only Sri Lankan market, you can penetrate across world. So we have two speakers today with us. So before we start, let me just talk about few lines about India and Sri Lanka. So India and Sri Lanka enjoy a vibrant and growing economic and commercial partnership with bilateral trade growing rapidly in the last decade. And the number of leading Indian private sector companies have invested in Sri Lanka, even they have established their presence in this country. Sri Lanka is India's one of the largest trade partners in SAARC. And also, India is one of the largest contributor to FDI in Sri Lanka. The main investments from India are in the areas of petroleum, retail, tourism, hotel, manufacturing, real estate, telecommunications, banking, and financial services. So our first speaker, without wasting any time, our first speaker is Mr. Ajit Pereira. Let me just give you a brief introduction about him. He's the Secretary General and CEO of Federation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry of Sri Lanka, FCCISL. He started his career as a banker and later held senior management positions in the corporate sector in UK, UAE, Bangladesh, and India. He represented FCCISL at many international forums and actively involved in SAARC Trade Promotion Network funded by GIZ in Nepal. He is the focal point of FCCISL at National Trade Facilitation Committee chaired by Sri Lanka Customs and Department of Commerce in Sri Lanka. So today, over to Mr. Pereira. Before that, I would like he would talk about how you can do trading with Sri Lanka. And I would request everybody to please put your microphone on mute. And towards the end, like first Mr. Pereira will speak, then we have Ayanti, she'll talk about Card 360. And towards the end, we will ask questions. So in between, please do not ask any questions. In fact, you can just put your question in the chat box and then we can consider all these questions. So over to Mr. Pereira.
Good morning to everybody, and thank you very much, Aparna, for the very glowing introduction about me. I'm very happy to be invited to attend this webinar, the trade between Sri Lanka and India. In fact, if we get back to the history, I could say if you go through the Buddhist literature, the first two Indian merchants who visited Sri Lanka, according to the Buddhist literature and the chronicle, have been the two brothers from North India called Tapassu and Balluka. And they visited eastern part of Sri Lanka, and even they built up a Buddha's, the first stupa in Sri Lanka. So that credit also goes to India. And that's the first recorded the visit by two Indian merchants. And since then, over a period of years, maybe 1,000 years, due to the close proximity between two countries, the trade grew up tremendously. And in a nutshell, if you look at the trade, India is exporting the goods to the tune of, say, 5 billion, little over 5 billion US dollar worth goods to Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka is exporting about, say, 650 million US dollar worth goods to India. Our main exports are basically copper, the spices, then certain the products such as pepper, areca nuts, and also the fuel oil. Those have been the major exports to India, and in turn, India is exporting to Sri Lanka. Basically the major products, if I say, have been basically the oil, the petroleum, and motor spare parts, motors, so and so forth, and also the spices, rice. From time to time, those are seasonal demands. And it's basically the entry into Sri Lanka is rather very friendly. One good thing I have to tell you is Sri Lanka has introduced a very flexible e-visa system, and is considered as one of the most friendliest e-visa systems in the whole of the South Asia. So visiting, I mean, the visits, except for these COVID-19, the visits by Indian merchants and Indian traders and investment to Sri Lanka have been enormous, because due to the very friendly e-visa system. And there are a lot of the opportunities for you, but at the moment, the Sri Lankan government is under severe pressure due to the appreciation of dollar, and due to the consequences of the COVID-19. Sri Lankan government has temporarily suspended most of the imports into Sri Lanka. So at the moment, very few choices are available to the outside world, including India, and except for petroleum and the pharmaceutical products and certain selected dry rations and the essential items, whatever that has been classified under the essential items. Except for that, those have been basically suspended due to the issues the Sri Lanka is facing due to the COVID-19. It's a temporary phenomenon, and it's not going to be it's a forever. Maybe we expect that the government will lift the items, whatever the ban on the import items, by end of December, and we hope that by that time our dollar can be stabilized, and our Sri Lanka rupee too against the dollar too can be stabilized. And from Sri Lanka to India, if I say a little bit about it, now we are exporting electronic, the food items to Europe, especially to the places like Germany and France, and those products, the export value of those products per unit are basically lower than India's import value of same products. If you compare our export value of those products and your export the prices, basically the Sri Lanka can produce at a lower cost. But at the moment, India is basically paying more money to bring in the same products with the same quality from the other countries. So this is where I believe they are the Sri Lankan products you can purchase the Sri Lankan products, but you are at the moment you are not purchasing, which you can easily purchase. But for the India, what are the chances available? I will give you 2 or 3 examples. One, Sri Lanka is enriched with very good tropical climate, water quality, and the soil conditions. So our fruits and vegetables, our rubber, tea have basically have some very good taste that is basically accepted by the world. And we invite the Indian investors to come and set up the plants in Sri Lanka, especially to produce the pharmaceuticals, which is basically a very popular item under the COVID-19, and also into rubber, and also into tea, and also the most importantly into the dairy industry. The India is the world's largest dairy manufacturer, but unfortunately, the Sri Lanka is just hop, step, and jump away from the India, but we are spending more than 100 million US dollar worth 100 million US dollar worth the milk. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, I'm sorry for the disturbance. We are spending well over 100 million US dollar worth. We are importing from the other countries like Australia, New Zealand, and India has a very good cooperative management system, especially for the collection and producing milk. And we always ask, why not bring their expertise and their investment into Sri Lanka. And you are also very good at managing these farms in India, and you can use these your strengths in Sri Lanka. And also the Sri Lanka is very good at rubber products. At the moment, under the ISFTA, the Sri Lanka can export the pneumatic tires to India, but at the same time, we expect that one day India would allow Sri Lanka to export solid tires also to India. So there are a lot of opportunities in the fields of pharmaceutical, dairy farming, tea, the food processing, and also gem and jewelry. So we would like to invite the Indian the trading community to take the advantage, especially if the Sri Lankan government is continuing with this with the import ban on certain items. The best is to basically to come to Sri Lanka and invest, and then to produce those products in Sri Lanka. And at the same time, Sri Lanka has signed up the Sri Lanka-Pakistan the free trade agreement, and also Sri Lanka the Singapore trade agreement. Perhaps we will sign the couple of the trade agreement with the other part of the world. And I hope that you have to, when you come to Sri Lanka, you look at the Sri Lanka as not as only the Sri Lankan market, which is a very small in extent, say 21 million population, which is, I believe, lower than the population in your say a city like Chennai, which has about say 25 million. I think that it's you have a lot of opportunities, and if you want any specific details, we are prepared to supply you. Sorry. So I think this is as a preamble to the discussion. We would basically, give you this brief, and if you have more the questions or more details, I think I'll be able to answer these.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pareda. So I think you have given a great insight about how we can start doing things. But I think the things will start post-COVID, which is end of December. So probably if somebody is looking at exporting products to Sri Lanka, they can start doing it from January onwards. But before that, suppose I'm in fact, I think let's keep the question toward the end. So I'll ask questions from towards the end. So over to, I think now we have Mr. Ayanti Gurusinghe. She's she'll talk about COD 360 and other things for Sri Lanka and as well as other countries. So Ayanti Gurusinghe is the managing director of COD 360. She began her career in the international development work as a country advisor for global project of making low income settled bankable with United Nations Human Settlement Program. At present, she is also an executive council member and secretary of SAARC Chamber of Women and Entrepreneurs Council, which is SHWEC, and a general council member of SAARC Chamber of Commerce and Industries. So, Ayanti, over to you. I think before that, I would like to tell you that my name, I have forgot to introduce myself. I'm Aparna Mishra. I'm the global service partner of COD 360. For all the Indians, for everything you want to do, you need to connect with me. It's for Sri Lanka. So over to Ayanti.
Right. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for attending the webinar. And we are glad you're with us. So as Mr. Ajit shared about opportunities where you can come into Sri Lanka, my presentation will be in 3 parts, and 2 of my other colleagues will also join. And we will share trade beyond borders. So for India, it's not only Sri Lanka market is big market, and India is like the big brother for all the SAARC countries. So it's not only Sri Lanka, but you have more opportunities with all SAARC countries and beyond SAARC countries as well. So when you connect with COD 360, we take you beyond the border. So we don't do this alone. We have our partner, Ms. Aparna Mishra in India, and who's personally you can connect with her. And the platform is an international platform with many international partners. So we will connect you along this entire trade line. And in COD 360, the speciality is you can advertise in 6 different languages, actually 6 to 8 different languages. Sometimes it is a barrier for you to go into Chinese market or the Eastern European market. some of the Latin American countries because language is a barrier. So Code 360 has designed its platform breaking all these barriers where you can communicate, you can advertise in these different languages. We also give you opportunities to try different regions whenever you want. Like say you would want to focus first 3 months, every quarter we do this. First quarter in the SAARC countries, we promote your ad. We push your ad very clearly to SAARC countries. And maybe business doesn't come. And you give us a call, you contact our Indian partner and you say how you want it, next quarter you like to try the US market. Then we would give. And also through Code 360, you can understand the trends because we have the mentality sometimes we want to ship to USA. But we must understand there's a big market in Russia, in the Latin American countries. So Mexico, huge market opportunities are there. So it's time that you partner with us and take all these opportunities. So I will keep my introduction short. Anyway, Aparna is with you for anything. And we work very strongly with people like Mr. Ajit, who spoke just now in the chambers. And we are there to connect you for Sri Lanka. We will really have a focus. And some of you, I mean, I can see the questions that you have asked. For all these questions, yes, the market is there. And we do special packages. We give you a Code 360 is a platform where you will find active sellers and buyers. So this is something very unique about the platform, and you can link with us. So let me introduce you now. I will take you through a short presentation on Code 360 and the features it has. You yourself can go live and check. Please do follow us on Facebook for the latest updates. So I will introduce you Ms. Dilini Tirukavardhana. She's the marketing executive of Code 360, and she will take you through a brief presentation. And after that, there will be Ms. Yashoda Indivari, where she's our international partner who lies with most of you might be very familiar with her. And she will also guide you and tell some of the questions that you have had and the practical ways that you can get involved. So stay tuned in and put your questions, as Aparna said, on the chat box. And at the end of the presentation, we will be happy to answer them and to create a lot of opportunities for you so many of you can start trading and go beyond borders. Thank you, and over to Dilini, my colleague.
Hello everyone, hope you're having a good session today. So without wasting time, let me share my presentation with you. So we are code360.com as the code that connects international buyers and sellers across the globe. So as you all know, we are operated through an e-platform exclusively catered to B2B market. And like as you already in this industry, the customer network is essential for any businesses. And that is what Code 360 is unique about. We make the connection between two parties. And not only that, we make the connection and we offer you the complete solution to the entire value chain, turning into e-commerce. And we have already registered active sellers and active buyers from 190 countries, covering all 48 industries. We are offering you a value chain through a unique value proposition. We open you to your business to the international market. Especially, we help you to be recognized and differentiated among your competitors in this competitive and rapid changing trade world. We are not doing this alone. As Ms. Hayanti said, we have partnership around the world. We have a broad network around the world, and to provide you value-added services to which covers the entire 360 value chain. And let's move on to the most important part for you all, benefits for you when registering in Code 360. Trade leads. When you registered as a member, you are benefited to write for a quota. You as a seller gets the details of buyer's requirement. Then you can write to the buyers and secure your orders. Request for quota means, as you all can see in our website, registered buyers are posting their requirements, rather like requesting quotes with their quantities. You can see that in our website. For that, registered sellers are able to write for them directly and tender their requirements. As inquiries, registered sellers are able to create a nice profile about them with their product pictures, can be companies like pictures in about your companies and nice pictures of your products. Those are advertised in our website, which will be like a pocket, like a mini website created for each seller in our Code 360 page. Then the buyers get attracted and they see your details. They will directly contact you for their requirements. Those are our main three basic, like 3 ways that you can experience with Code 360. As trend analysis, even though we are in 2 countries, Code 360 will be updated about the trends and the international market. So you won't be alone. We'll be telling you what to update and where to go beyond. As priority destination, you can connect with buyers from your fast-moving countries. Let's say, as Mrs. Ayanti said, like as you want to market your product to Australia, let's say, then for a quota, you can go through that. But if you want to change your market, from 3 months, you can change your market to Europe. You have that facility with us. When we talk about exclusivity, Code 360 is able to meet active buyers and sellers directly, just like participating to exhibitions, but online with super cost saving method. We have developed premium services to our platinum customers like trade assurance and deal strike. I'm not going to explain about premium benefits right now, but of course, I will explain to you more about these once you register with us. Moving on to the opportunities that we created for you. As a partner of Code 360, you'll be having these partnerships from logistic and freight certifications. You will be having the broad network for you to broad your knowledge and business network. You can grow your business network. As the support we provide from Code 360, as I explained earlier, our team will run through the industries that our clients are involved, and we will be informative whenever it is needed. Especially, this is a special facility that we provide, websites and social media development. We have a separate team, so we'll be helping you to develop your website as well as social media content. So you can just drop us a mail, you can just contact us whenever you need. The specialty about Code 360, we have the strong agent network. We have partnered with SAARC countries. As you already know, we are very strong in these key countries. We have categorized industries in main 8 sectors, but you can go through each sectors have many subcategories, which covers 190 countries all around the world. Also, you can advertise your products in 8 languages, which is so important when it comes to language, English, not priority countries. So moving on to the fly high packages, platinum package. Let's say, let's think about the platinum package. You'll have 100,000 more leads. You can contact 20 buyers per month. Also, especially, you can advertise in 8 all languages we are offering you. You have 6 priority destinations. For all these benefits, you only have to pay 150,000 Sri Lankan rupees per annum. So we have 3 packages: platinum, gold, silver, and Sela, which is the package specially created for women entrepreneurs. So, I'm sure you are already have knowledge about Code 360 by now. So you'll be guided to how to become a member by our member, Ms. Yashoda. So over to you, Yashoda. Thank you, Deline. Actually, there is a simple process which you follow to become a member of Core 360. And we request you to update your profile with nice pictures and good descriptions. Even you can upload your brochure as a picture or your factory images if you don't have images. And system just need only pictures to identify. And 2 pictures are enough. And the format should be JPEG. Also, if we move on to the our next topic, I would like to talk about free seller package. Actually, in free seller package, so in free sellers, we are glad to say that 60 Indian exporters are already registered with us. So in free seller package, actually, free seller package is a really great opportunity to you all to experience core360.com before becoming a paid member. So in free seller package, you can post 5 products, and it will give you 4 trade leads per month. And actually, this is a great opportunity, you all. And now I would like to talk about 3 points, because we identified that most of the people have some technical issues. Actually, they have technical issues when they are posting or when they are updating their profile. So here you can see a link. This is our YouTube channel. You can just go to our core360.com YouTube channel, and you can just watch this video. And this is a guide you all to post your products and update your profile. And the next point is finding categories. You just need to select your category according to your field, according to your export, according to the things you are exporting. And if you can't find your category in our site, you just you don't need to worry. You just can mail us about the industry, or you can contact our global partner, Miss Aparna. So she will contact us, and we are really happy to accommodate you all, and we can add those categories. On the other hand, trade leads. Trade leads means Core 360 provide you the details of buyers according to your export industry. So you can write to your buyers directly and secure your orders. And next, I would like to move on to the next slide. So this is our homepage. So I would like to give you a recap of what we have explained about Core 360 in minutes.
Core 360 is an international business-to-business trade platform connecting buyers and sellers. You are entitled to access over 1,000 international trade leads when you register with Core 360. You can advertise in 6 different languages, breaking all possible barriers over 6 regions across the world. Sellers are connected to buyers directly to trade, which means you can market your own product and negotiate prices at your own space. Come, grow your business to international by simply registering with Core 360.
So I hope so you have all the details of the contact numbers on this slide, including Ms. Aparna, Indian numbers, as well as of the team here. And hope this video was I hope the reception was clear across India and Sri Lanka during the webinar. But even otherwise, as we said, we have Cord 360 connects you across the globe beyond borders. So please join us. Please talk to Ms. Aparna at any time and she will be able to guide you. And there is the free seller package, which gives you a small experience, not the full benefits of it, but gives you an experience for you to work and to see what Cord 360 is all about. So do join us. And if you have any questions, we are always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayanti. Yeah, in fact, I just wanted to ask you, like, what are the most trending products which we can export to Sri Lanka?
Okay, so when you look at the trending products, Sri Lanka, I keep saying India is like the big brother for Sri Lanka. So almost everything is that you all manufacture is welcomed in Sri Lanka. Clothes to spices to beauty products to fashion, everything. And some of the products you will notice that India manufactures also are being manufactured in Sri Lanka, like spices. So what we see is mainly if India can focus on, like now, India takes a lot of our black pepper and make oil. And India takes a lot of products from Sri Lanka and adds value to it and re-exports. So there is nothing specific because almost all the products are welcome to Sri Lanka. But if you look at from the point of view on Cord 360, I must say we have very trending gems, the blue sapphires, which are very unique for Sri Lanka, and many other stones are. It's a very moving market from India, from Sri Lanka to India, because a lot of people wear those auspicious stones for their rings. So it's a very trend is there. So a lot of stones go from Sri Lanka to India. Apart from it, king coconut water is a market, and we have a good seller. So Cord 360 has verified sellers as well. So there are paid sellers for king coconut water, for dried fruits, and then for herbal products, and all these, and for spices. These are some of the verified products and for gems that we trade. Apart from it, from India to Sri Lanka, there's apparel. A lot of people dress in Sri Lanka just like in India, the shalwars and the entire Indian thing. The saris come, everybody, most Sri Lankan people, their day-to-day saris come from India. And then the beauty, the fair and lovely, the creams, all come from India. So Sri Lanka is a superb market for you. And after COVID-19 situation settles, we will even organize a trade delegation from India to Sri Lanka together with Ms. Aparna. So you can join and explore the market and see. Then we also work with chambers like what Mr. Ajit shared, and where they are in connection in establishing business. They do on creating connectivity, the knowledge on trade that we provide you with our partnerships with FCCISA. And yeah, so everything is there. So for all those who are listening to this presentation today, just know if you connect with Cord 360, there is the market for you.
Now our turn is to go to the website, see how things are, what documents are required, how do we onboard on Cord 360, all these things. And if anything is there, the emails or IDs are mentioned over here. You can ask questions again. So again, we can answer them. Or we'll be having this webinar off and on. It's not only just one time. So then also we can touch base if you have anything else, or you can just write to us. Our email IDs are mentioned over there. Thank you, Ayanti. Thank you, Yashoda. Thank you, Delani. Thank you, Mr. Ajit, for helping us to understand how we can penetrate in Sri Lanka and how we can use Cord 360 to the maximum. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Aparna. And we are glad that you're part of Cord 360 to support India. So go ahead and work on the product, and let's really take everyone to grow into the next level. So that's, as a team, we are all as a team. And thank you, Ajit, for giving his valuable time to share on penetration to Sri Lankan market. His chamber and he as an individual will always be there to support everyone. Thank you.
Thank you all.